Hey guys, welcome back for another nail polish review. Today I'm going to be talking about the OPI Power of Hue Summer 2022 collection. This was sent to me from Beyond Polish and the polishes are available there now. You can get them there at an already discounted price and then you can use my coupon code GOLARI10 for an additional 10% off all items that aren't on sale. So thank you so much for shopping on my link. So this is a fun, bright and bold and really fun collection, especially if you like shimmers and glitters. You guys know what I refer to those sometimes as when I combine those two words. But anyway, it's not my favorite finish, but I have to say there are a few in here that I really liked. And then it reminded me of a few that I really love that I need to pull out again for summer. I think you're going to find this review pretty helpful. I also wanted to say in their most recent collections, probably the last 2 or 3, they've thrown in a few polishes that are very similar to this, just 1 or 2 and a bunch of creams. And so this collection, I feel like they kind of liked that idea, or maybe a lot of people really liked that. And so they just made a full collection out of it to make it kind of fun. So I think that's kind of fun and different, but I have to say I was kind of craving creams. So anyway, you can't make everybody happy. I will have to say in the application of a lot of these, you're going to want to float your brush a little bit and try to apply it a little bit fluffier and lighter to kind of get it not as patchy, and you'll find that on some of those you can maybe get 2 coats, but most likely a lot of these are going to be 3 coats. Some of them have fine glitters and some of them are packed with glitters, and so there's a good variety here, so I think it's going to please everybody who likes shimmers. And I think they've picked really great variety of colors for this, especially for summer, so I think it's pretty fun. So let's get in and talk about all the polishes. So the first one I have is the Future Is You, and this is a really warm, almost orange leaning nude, but it has this golden shimmer in it, which makes it even warmer on the nail. This does have a more opaque base, so it does build up a little bit, but that also means when that base is opaque that the shimmers aren't going to show up as much, but you are going to be able to see them, especially in the sun. They'll kind of pop out a little bit, but just keep that in mind. The shimmer on this one doesn't show up as strong as some of the others in the collection, but I really liked this one. It is very warm. I did in my comparisons add some polishes that I felt were kind of close, but there wasn't anything exact as this, which I find really nice because it's pretty unique. There were some that were kind of close, and I'll talk about those in a second, but it's got a really good formula. I think you're going to get it opaque in 2 coats. You might need 3. I did find that some of these were a little bit patchy after they dried, and so in the live swatches you're going to see mostly 2 coats, but you might need 3. Okay, so let's talk about the ones that I compared this one to. I compared it to Barking Up the Wrong Sequoia, and this was the closest out of all the OPIs that I have, and I have quite a few in this color range. There's a lot, and that one's a little bit lighter, and of course it doesn't have that shimmer, but hopefully this gives you an idea of the color tone of this polish. And then El Matadoring You is a more brown nude, so you can see that there. And then there were a lot of pinky nudes that I didn't compare it to, just so you guys know, because this one's really more orange leaning. And then Humidity is lighter and more peachy. It does have that pearly shimmer, so I definitely wanted to throw that one in because I thought I would get asked about it. So definitely unique to their line, and if you like nude shades like this, I feel like if you had really dark skin, this would just be beautiful on you. On me, I feel like it kind of gets lost in my skin tone, and if you were pale, I don't know. Let me know if you like colors like this. If you have paler skin, I do feel like it would add a little bit of contrast and maybe a little bit of warmth, maybe if you need warmth in your skin tone. Anyway, I thought this one was okay. And then we have Be Unapologetic. It's showing up as like a true yellow here, but it's definitely got a little bit of green in it. And so it's like a yellow green, and then it has this golden shimmery base to it. It's a very fine shimmer. It does show through pretty good because the formula on this one's a little bit sheer, so you are going to need at least 3 coats. In my live swatch you will see 2, but you might even need 4 depending on your application or how good you are or how smooth you can make it look. But like I said, floating that brush is really going to help you with the application with a lot of these. And I also noticed that you're going to need a little bit more drying time, especially some of these that are a little bit more packed with glitter. I don't know, I always find that it get kind of gloopy and chunky. Anyway, this is more green looking in the bottle, but when you apply it on the nail and the golden shimmer shines through, it definitely warms it up quite a bit, so it looks more green in the bottle than it does on your hand, if that makes sense. It did remind me of Curdside Pick Me Up, and let's look at that comparison here right now. That one is more of a green hued yellow as well, probably a little bit more green just because it doesn't have that golden shimmer in it, but that's the one it reminded me of. I really like that one from the Expressi line. That was one of my favorites from their latest Expressi line collection that I did a review on, and you can check that out here on this channel. And then Marigold and hour, I just wanted to pull out one of those yellows to kind of show you how green this one was compared to that. And there's quite a few OPIs that are similar to that, and it's definitely more orange. And then the Pass is Always Greener, that is definitely more green. That gives you an idea of how yellow this one is compared to that one, and that was from their newer collection. I think it's springtime, so it's definitely a unique color tone, and I think a lot of you will kind of like this, especially if you like yellow. I don't wear yellows too often unless they're like a soft pale yellow, but it's definitely fun for summer, and I like that it has that kind of bright neon quality. I believe this one dries down a little mattish as well, maybe a little more satin finish. I didn't do any top coats on these swatches just so you could see like their true finish to them, but of course when you add a top coat it's really going to bring out more of that glitter and shimmer, but I just wanted to let you guys know that. I wanted to mention too that OPI has been doing this with a few of their collections recently where they'll do like two similar shades, one cooler and one warmer, and that's what they did with this next few pinks that I'm going to talk about. So this is Sugar Crush It, the cooler toned one, Sunrise Up, which is the warmer toned one. And then we have Sugar Crush It. I really love these bubblegum pinks, especially when they're cool toned like this one. And then this one has this kind of iridescent shimmer. It kind of shifts from like silver to purple, or maybe it's just silver and then the pink polish makes it look a little bit different in there. I'm not sure. I'm definitely not a glitter expert, as you guys know, but it definitely does cool it even more. So I actually really did like this one, and I think it's going to look really good with a tan. So I might give it a go. We'll have to see. We'll see if I reach for it. That's going to be the true test. But I actually really did like it when I applied it. You're definitely going to need 3 coats for this. I did 2 in the live swatch, and I feel like it covered fairly well, but then there were just a few patchy areas that I really wanted to just add that 3rd coat. And like I said, I let it dry a little bit longer between those coats. So let's do some comparisons. It reminded me of Kiss by Miss from Essie, and that one does have a really strong blue shimmer in it, but it's a similar pink color, maybe a little bit lighter. And then Let Me Tell You About This Color is warmer pink, and just to give you an idea of what kind of pink tone it is, I didn't find anything that was super exact. And then Racing for Pinks is also another warmer pink, so it's kind of close, and it's kind of close to Let Me Tell You About This Color, but it's maybe a touch brighter. So that's a good comparison for you guys to see how close those two are. So anyway, I actually really liked this one. I found that I really gravitate a lot towards pinks. Especially if they have glitter and shimmer in them. I almost said the other thing. I probably should. It's actually kind of funny. I like this one. And then we have Sunrise Up, and it's this beautiful pinky coral shade, peachy coral shade, and I love shades like this, as you guys know. This does have kind of a more opaque base, so the shimmer's not going to show through as much, but it does have a really nice golden shimmer in it, which I really like. I tend to really like those warmer golden shimmers, especially for summertime. And so you're going to build this up into possibly 3 coats, but it does have a more opaque base, so that means that that shimmer's not going to shine through as much, which I kind of prefer. So I really liked this one, and I love the color tone of it. So let's look at those comparisons to kind of get an idea of what it's close to. So I pulled out Pixel Dust because I wanted you to see that, and I didn't leave any notes here. But you guys can just see how close these are. I'm just Karate Kidding You, and then Susie is my avatar is a little bit too light. And I'll let you look at those other ones because I failed to write any notes for that. Sometimes I get busy and forget, but that gives you a good idea of where it fits in that color tone. I don't think I found anything like super exact to this one, but there's some that are definitely close. It's not like a super unique color, but with this glitter, it's definitely going to be unique. And so I think that's what OPI was going for. Then we have Mango for it, and it's this beautiful bright neon orange. These are always going to show up more yellow on camera. It's really hard to get the true color with these orange shades, as you guys know, so just keep that in mind. But I really do like the base tone. I really do like bright oranges, and then it has this like yellow golden shimmer in it. Because it has that kind of neon pigment in it, it is going to dry a little bit matte. It makes the shimmer look kind of cool when it's like that because it's not real glittery, and that's the thing I don't really like is all the glitter sparklies. So I kind of like that look. If you put that top coat on, you're going to be able to see how shimmery it is. It's really going to bring that out. So you're going to have to build this up. I would do 3 coats for this. Like I said, my live swatch is 2. I kind of liked this one. Like I said, we'll see if I'll reach for it. But let's get into some comparisons that I have for you so you can compare it. So Don't Be Spotted is more of a metallic shimmer, and it's a little bit lighter. I definitely wanted to pull that one out. And then Summer Love and Having a Blast is a little bit darker than this, and then No Tan Lines is a little bit lighter than this, and so those are a little bit different. So this is definitely definitely kind of a neon orange. They don't have anything exactly like this, at least that I have in my collection. So I think it's kind of fun that they're pulling out new colors. I kind of would have liked like just a straight up neon orange. I would have been more excited about that, but I thought this one was kind of cool. And then we have Make Rainbows, and it's this bright neon green. It's a cooler tone green, which I definitely prefer, especially out of these bright greens. I just feel like they're more flattering. And then this has the most fine shimmer out of all of them, and it's really packed in there. So it almost has like this iridescent look to it. So it's got this blue shimmer in it. So it just gives it a nice little cast, which is going to give it a nice glow on your nail. Since it's so packed in there, it almost gives it a pearly finish, which is kind of interesting. This one had a pretty good formula. I built it up in 2 coats, but I think you might possibly need 3. It does dry matte because it does have that neon quality to it. So I compared it to I'm So Swamped, and that's more of a swampy green. These are mostly to give you an idea of the color tone because I don't have any greens like this with shimmer. And then Mojito Madness is a cool toned, but it's more muted. And then On the Roadie is beautiful, by the way. I love that color so much. It's so fun. It's a little bit darker and a little bit cooler. And so this is kind of like a bright lime green, which I liked. I really don't think I'll reach for it, but when I put it on, I was like, oh, this is kind of fun for summer. So I'll let you decide if you want to get it. And now we have 2 more pinks that I'm going to talk about, and I just wanted to show you they did kind of the same thing. So this one's going to be warmer and this one's more cooler and more raspberry. So let's talk about those. The first one that I have is Exercise Your Brights, and as you can see, it's this bright neon shade. It's beautiful. I love pinks like this so much, especially for summer. And then it's got this beautiful, really light silvery glitter in there, which almost gives it like a soft textury look, which is really interesting. I don't really know how to describe it, but you can see in the application here what I'm talking about. I think this is one that's going to be fun to wear on the toes during the summer. I do like to pull these bright neons out for summer. I liked this one. And this is going to be opaque in 2 or 3 coats, like I mentioned. I can't remember if I said that or not. Let's get into the comparisons because it did remind me of one that I just love so much. Hotter Than You Pink. Get this polish, you guys. If you can find it, get it. I will try to put a link down below if I can remember. Maybe Beyond Polish has it. I'm not sure. It does need some dry time. So if you're going to use that polish, let it dry for at least 5 to 10 minutes between each coat. You will thank me. It's just so beautiful. It's got this very soft blue iridescence in it, and it's just so fun. That one was kind of close in color tone. And then VIP Pink Passes. I wore this recently when I went to Mexico, and it takes a lot of coats, just so you guys know. It takes about 4 coats to be opaque, and it did chip on me. A lot of these neons kind of tend to chip pretty early, just so you guys are aware, but you can see how that one compares. And then GPS I Love You is darker and more kind of raspberry, but that gives you an idea of where this is on the color spectrum. So I thought this one was really fun. And then we have Pink Big, which is the more raspberry shade one, and this is packed with glitter, and it does kind of have a jellyish base, and they are kind of iridescent, so it like shifts from pink to purple. I'm really bad at describing glitter, but I think I'm getting a little better, aren't I? This is fun. I like the raspberry shade for sure. I feel like the glitter is a little bit more sporadic and a little bit sparkly. I think a lot of you are going to like this one though, and I think you're going to want to do 3 coats for this one as well, just because it does have that jellyish base, but that does allow the glitter to kind of shine through. So I compared it to Strawberry Waves Forever because I knew I would get asked, and that has a more of a red pink, but it is kind of similar. And then 15 Minutes of Flame. You can see there is more metallic, and then All Your Dreams and Vending Machines is more purple toned and a little bit more kind of pearly metallic. But I just wanted to compare that to some of the recent ones, but it's a really nice pink raspberry shade. It's fun for summer. And then same here with the blues. They seem to do like this warmer tone and then this cooler, darker tone. This next one is Stay True to Yourself, and it's a really nice light blue. I do like these color tones. It's a little bit warmer, but it is balanced a little bit with this cooler glitter in here. So it's kind of like a bright blue shifting glitter, and this also has that kind of soft textured look to it, which is interesting. I can't remember if this one dries down matte. Maybe just a little bit. It has a little bit of white in the base too, and so it was a little bit patchy. I definitely think you're going to need 3 coats for this one, but I do really like the color tone of it. Okay, so let's talk about the comparisons. I compared it to Sure Feels Good and Roam Around and Can't Find My Checkbook, and those are all creams. They're all a little bit different tones, but that gives you an idea of what it's really, really close to. I like the color of it on my skin. I think it's going to look really good with a tan. And then we have Fill Beautiful, and this is a bright blue. It's a little bit cooler toned. It is packed with these green shimmers in here, and they really do make an impact on this one. This is one where the glitter just really stands out, and it looked a little bit mermaidish. I think it's kind of fun. I don't think I'll wear it, but I thought it was really beautiful. Maybe I will. I don't know. I have to push myself this summer to wear some of these. It's going to build up in 2 coats, possibly 3. Okay, so let's talk about comparisons. Music is My Muse is a similar color and it has like a similar undertone. Juicy Details is more blue, similar undertones as well, but just darker. And then Strut Your Stuff was also kind of a similar tone, but a little bit darker. So you can see this is quite unique. And of course with that glitter, it's going to be super unique. And so if you really love glitter, I think you're really going to like this one. This is probably going to be your favorite from the collection just because it's just packed and it really makes an impact with that glitter in it. And then same things with the purples. There's a lighter purple. I love these color tones, and then this darker one here. We're going to talk about the lighter one first, and this is Don't Wait, Create. I love that name. That's so cute. And I love these kind of cool toned purples. Lavenders, there's a lot of them. OPI doesn't really have anything in this color shade, but I'll show you something that was pretty close in color tone, so I think that will help you in making your decision on whether you want to get it or not. But it does have some white in the base, and the glitter's not as strong, which I really appreciated. And the glitter's kind of silvery and a little bit soft as well. It does dry down maybe a little bit satinish, not like completely matte. So it is a little bit bright too, which is fun. Okay, so let's talk about the comparisons. I compared it to Playdate because I thought for sure that's going to be very close to that. And it is very close. It's maybe a touch darker, but it's similar in color tone. And of course there's no shimmer in that. And then I compared it to Nels of Paradise, and that one's a little bit different, of course, with no shimmer. And then Don't Toot My Flute is a lighter purple with kind of a bluish tint to it. This is kind of like OPI's version of Playdate with a little bit of sparkle thrown in. And so hopefully that's helpful that you can see that. I really did love the color tone of this one. This might be one that I really reach for. And then we have Go to Great Blanks. This is a really rich purple, a little bit of neonish quality. It has these kind of blue, cool toned and silvery glitters in there that really kind of give it that soft textured look. It does dry down mattish as well because it kind of does have that neon quality. It's really interesting. It looks kind of textured and kind of cool. I like that look, but you can add that top coat and just bring that shimmer out. I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool. I think you're going to be able to get it opaque in like 2 coats, maybe 3. Tangled in Love is darker and more purpley. Is that what I wrote? And then Synthetic Symphony, which is amazing. Oh, that collection from ORLY last year, every polish in that is good. If you still haven't picked that up, pick up the whole collection. I believe it's still available at Beyond Polish. It's amazing. Anyway, it has a similar undertone, but it's darker. And then You Had Me at Halo is much lighter, and of course it's packed with glitter. I thought I might get asked about that one, but that has more of like a blue look to it, like a periwinkle look to it. So definitely unique and kind of fun. Okay, I think we have talked about all of them. I'm really going to be interested to see if I really reach for these this summer. Who knows? I don't know. The summer collections have been really interesting. Next up, I have Morgan Taylor, and I feel like I'm going to like a lot of them from there because they're just bright and fun. That review is coming up next. Okay, so let's pick my favorites. Hi, there's Piper. Come here, babes. Come here. Come on. Say hi. Come on. Oh, hello. You say hi? Oh, you just come say hi to me, huh? Are you bored? Huh? She likes to come give me head hugs, huh? She's the best head hugger. Oh, thank you, Buzz. Thank you, you're so nice. Okay, what are you gonna do now? What are we gonna do now? Okay, so let's pick my favorites. I don't know if I'm gonna wear these this summer or if they're gonna be in like my favorite summer picks video or not. But here's the ones that I would pick out of this collection. Exercise Your Brights, the hot pink, Don't Wait, Create, the kind of Playdate-ish color, and then Pink Big. Those would be my favorites, but I'm just not very fun. I lied, I am fun. I love a ton of fun, bright colors, but these I don't reach for so much. So anyway, let me know what you think about this collection. I think it's going to be interesting to hear your opinions because I know a lot of you love shimmer and you're going to be like, yes, I love it. And then I think a lot of you are going to be like, not too excited about it. It's kind of a love it or hate it collection in my opinion. So anyway, thanks so much for joining me. Hopefully this review was helpful. Definitely let me know your thoughts down below, and I will see you next time, Polish Freaks. Okay, bye.